homeschooling our large family for free this year, completely free. We have a first grader, a second grader, third grader, and then one entering junior high this year. And we were able to do their school, a complete year school, completely free. And so we just had to pay for the price of copy paper and printer ink, but we bought a case of paper at Sam's Club. I think it was on sale for $13 a few months ago. And then our ink, we just have an old printer and it prints black and white, and we were able to go to the inkjet superstore and get our ink cartridges for like $2. So it cost me like, I think it was about I think we just used 2 cartridges and completely used the ink in there and printed them off. So that was my only cost associated. And then folders were like 15 cents, I believe, at Walmart to put them in. So this is what we are going to be doing this year for our schooling. I'm going to flip the camera on for you to see the thing that I'm going to be using each day so I know what's going on for school. I have extra papers over here. We're going to be studying the state of North Carolina since we moved here, and so I have different pages here to so that I know where the answers are for like the state bird, the state flower, because I don't know those yet. And then I broke up our schedule. This is going to be for September, the month of September. This is the poem that we're going to be memorizing. And then I also we're going to be memorizing We Sing America, and we're going to memorize the following quotes: Banner, the Star Spangled Banner, Preamble to the Constitution, and Patrick Henry. And so then we also have all of our daily schedule that I wrote up for everybody as a whole. And so I put at the top the poem to memorize so that we'd remember to do that. Each day they have their folder work, which I'll get to in a minute, their English binder, and then they're going to read their own book for a half hour to an hour each day. And then we have each month we're focusing on a different lap book or different busy pages type things that study something as a whole. Like this month we're doing North Carolina pages because we just moved to the state and we do not know a whole lot about this state. So we're going to memorize that. And then I also put how many pages each day that we need to read, because I have a whole list of books that we're going to rent or get from the library. And then we're going to put down the number of pages that we are to read each day. And so this is how I broke it up. This is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And so I wrote for spelling what they're going to do the first day, you know, what they have to do the second, third, fourth, and fifth day. I did the Bible, and then the book that we're going to read, like this book read day, we're going to be reading Helen Keller book. And I have that through there, all my little notes of everything I need to be doing. I know they're going to be reading Ralph S. Mouse on CD. They're going to be listening to it, so I wrote down the different chapters that they have to do each day. It's for my own benefit. So I have that for each month. For October, the same thing. And then I put, they're going to be doing a lap book. It's called All About Me. And so that's pretty self-explanatory, so I didn't have to keep any notes on it. In November, we have another one. And so we're going to do the lap book, If America Were a Village. I guess there's a book on it we're going to read about. And we have December's poem. I didn't do a lap book for December because December is usually kind of busy. So we have different Christmas pages to do that month. January's poem. And then we're going to be doing a weather lap book. And so February. And then we're going to be doing a honeybee lap book. And so these are the pages that I printed off with that. It's homeschoolshare.com. That's the website to go to. There's tons of free lap books, and they're really, really good, very complete. And so this is what we're doing for February. I just kept the pages in there so I would know what we're going to be doing and what I have to reference to with March. And we're going to do an ice cream lap book. That looked really fun. And so there's all the books that we have to get from the library for that. And so there's a whole lot of information on that. And we have different, it goes all the way through. We do all of our months. At the end of each month, I wrote down to order books for next week so I wouldn't forget, because we're going to be getting a lot of books at our local library. And so then we have our last month in June, any notes for June that we're going to be doing, because we'll be testing, and so that way we can memorize different things that we have to learn, and then they can practice with a spectrum practice test. And so that was my first part. The next part I have is for spelling. There is a website, let's see if you can see here, the K12reader.com. They have a free printable 1st through 5th grade spelling list. We've been using this for a few years and we like it. So they give us the master spelling list, and then they give you activities to do. Like on Monday, write each spelling word 3 times. Tuesday, write them in ABC order. Wednesday, choose 2 of the spelling words and write a sentence using each of them. Thursday, take the test. We like it. It's all there. It works good. So we've been doing that. So I've got those. We can also do dictation sentences on, I think, the 3rd day. Instead of doing maybe making their own sentences, I might just read the sentences to them, and they can copy those out, and that helps too. We'll see what we're going to do. So I have that for 2nd grade. I use a little tape here to do the different grades that I'm going to be doing with my children. So we have that, and then I made a list of the books that we're going to be using. These are the lap books that, this page for lap books that for January I wrote the months. Like for weather, these are the lap books or the books from the library they recommend getting. So I wrote all those down so I knew which ones to get. And then we're having read alouds where I'm going to read to them like 25 pages a day of a different book. So I looked through tons and tons of books in our library to find the ones I wanted to use. So I wrote all those out, and then I wrote the number next to them of which week we're going to be doing those. So that was our read alouds. Jaden's readers, the books that she's going to read, Brooklyn's readers. And then I have Autumn's, she's been reading. And then these are books on CD. They really enjoyed doing those themselves. Last year they did Little House on the Prairie books, and those were great to do. So I wrote down for them to listen to those, and that kind of gives me a little chance. And then also I went through and read each book myself. I know, crazy. But then I gave myself questions on each chapter so that I know that they're reading the book. So that took me a little bit of time, but I got that finished. The different books I just highlighted so I could see where they were out. They're doing Ralph House Mouse, Sarah Plain and Tall, and so we have all those in here. And then I have books for my one doing junior high, my boy, and so all the books that he can read. And then some of the problem I noticed with boys is they'll say they read it, but I'm not really sure that they actually do. And so I went through and I read each book myself. And so I wrote down different questions for each chapter of every single book that he's going to be reading this year, just to make sure that he's actually reading the book. I know, a lot of work, but it'll save me a lot during the year. So the Gary Paulson books, those are really good books. So those are some good boy books that he's doing. And then we have our Bible. The Bible we're going to be doing, let's see, we're going to do this Bible right here. The DK Illustrated Family Bible, just a good little, got it off of Amazon. Just a big Bible. It's pictures, stories. We're doing a story each day. Just kind of a nice, easy one. Good background for the children. We have that, and then we're also doing these character sketches books. And these are made from the Family Life Bible Institute, and I really, really enjoy those. So I have 1, 2, 3 books. They're a little bit more books, but they are very good and in depth of they'll go through and take like a character sketch of a Bible character, like loyalty. And so then they'll go through and give you an animal in nature. Like it says, this is loyalty. How does the great horned owl illustrate loyalty in adjusting its schedule? And so they'll have a whole story on this owl with a little bit of science in there of the characteristics of it, different things like that. And then it goes through and gives scripture of how does the scripture importance illustrate the importance of adjusting my schedule. So we really like those. Very cool. And it gives a Bible person a character sketch of someone that was loyal in adjusting a schedule. So we really, really enjoy those. And so what I did this year is I chose the different animals for my children. And so we're going to be throwing in a different animal with each couple days. Oops, my hand there, sorry. Each couple days to do a little study on them and then learn as well a character sketch. So what I did for the Bible, we're doing Bible trivia. I broke it up into the weeks, the different parts they're going to learn, and then I'm going to quiz them. And so then I wrote the numbers so I would know how far I could go to quiz them. So we have that, and then I broke up my Bible week 1, what we're doing. Like I know Monday we're going to read page 8 books of the Bible. Questions I'm going to ask them, and these questions I put back here with our trivia. So by the end of the year we'll have a whole bunch of trivia questions. And then Tuesday, the covenants, the lands. Wednesday, the Old Testament. Thursday, creation. So these are the days of creation they're going to learn. And then we're doing character sketches. This week we're going to be learning about the red squirrel and the porcupine. And so then they'll have a picture of a red squirrel and a picture of a porcupine. They're going to color it in and make their own little folder about that animal. A different color for each child, and we saved, I have one for every single month. So this is September. Inside it has the poem that they're going to be memorizing over here so they can reference it. And then I did all of their pages that they have to do for the entire month. We punched holes in and put them in here so nothing gets lost. So we have their first day will be their math. This is going to be a complete math curriculum for elementary. So it'll cover everything you need to know up through 5th grade. So I know my younger ones won't go as far as my older one will, but my older one should be able to get through everything. It's just a good review for him and good for the younger ones too. So they have their math. Then they'll have their spelling paper. This is going to be for their English, which I'll show you in just a minute. And then they have like a thinking skills pages, and I've got those downloaded on you can download them on my blog, and it's just kind of filler work, but it's also learning. And then this will be a page for their Bible that they're going to have to copy the scripture. So then they'll go to the next day, Tuesday. This will be their different math pages, a page for their English, the thinking skills one, Bible. And again, it'll go to Wednesday. The English, the thinking skills, and the Bible. So it goes on and on and on all the way through. And then what I did at the back is I put their just some extra fill-up pages. Crossword puzzles, things like that. We got these little books at the store for like 50 cents. They've got little crossword puzzles and things for them to do. And then I talked about doing the, there's mazes. There's a website, Crazy Dad with a K, that you can go and download a whole entire maze book. So just different pages I gave them to do, just kind of filler work to do. And then we're also doing extra, like each month, a laugh book or something. Well, this month was North Carolina. And so I have all their pages for North Carolina back here that they're going to fill in, that I printed. And then here's their animal that we talked about. I went online and got an image and printed it off so then they can make their own little folder. They're going to cut out the animal and glue it onto a piece of paper and then fill it in. I got them all little folders, 17 cents. They can put them inside here as their little nature animal study folder. And so that's how they look. This is, I mean, they look all the same pretty much. This is for the one doing junior high. He's got the same pages as the other ones do. And so it'll just be a good way to keep it all together. And so then I have I have one more. I was trying to figure out where it is for my kindergartner. Or my first grader, sorry. My first grader's up here. Sorry, hers, the one that's going to be doing first grade, I didn't punch holes in hers because I didn't know how many pages she'd be doing each day. And so I just put them in order. And I figured that I know how many pages to take out because it's all the way up to the next. I have these pages that I printed and then extra filler pages. And so I know that I'll take out those and give her those for one day. And we're going to be doing school like 3 days a week. And so I put those just like that because I wasn't sure how fast she'd be able to work. So those are our folders, English pages for each child because they're going to be doing the same thing. I just got a binder and printed them off and put them in plastic sleeves because I'm going to be using them forever. We're actually going to be doing vocabulary as well on a Friday. Every Friday they're going to do a lesson and write sentences so that they know their words. So I have the different grades at the top that they can do. And so they'll turn to the page and copy them. And then their English, it goes through again, and it's on my blog, free to download and print it off. And there covers an entire elementary school education for English and grammar. So I have each page, they'll do one a day. Real basic, tells you about a sentence. Read it, and then they're going to practice rewriting the sentences and to rewrite the file into correctly written sentences. Use your cursive writing. They're going to put these in order. That's their English. Right there, that's day 1. Go through day 2, 3, and then it's a whole year of that. So instead of printing all that off and wasting a bunch of paper, I just, because it's all the same, I figured I'd just stick it in this binder and then keep it a little bit nicer. So that is their English stuff. And that is how we homeschool our whole large family for free, completely free. The only thing that we spent money on was the school supplies. So we bought all of our crayons and pencils and the folders at Walmart for really, really cheap because there's the back to school sale right now. So everything is fairly inexpensive to use. But we're still able to give them good education for free by utilizing the resources that we could find online and then also using our local library, which is a good support of that. I keep all my folders, all the extras, I keep them in a filing cabinet. And then when we're done with the first month, we'll go in there and grab the second month. That way also if somebody wants to work ahead, if I have a child that really is adventurous and wants to get going, then they can. But I'm thinking we'll just be going along the same pace together. So I hope you enjoy. Go visit my blog at plainandnotsoplain.com. You can go download all these resources. Everything I have is on there for free, completely free. No, you don't have to sign up for anything. You don't have to look at any ads. You don't have to see pop-up things. There's nothing. It's just free. You just download the PDF file and print it off. So just make it easy for you. Okay, hope you guys have a great day. Enjoy.